Boom.
Boom,
And
boom.
we're live, baby. Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Yo, this is the In Your Face show. And this is the 62nd episode of the In Your Face show. And I'm here with the multi-talented, the awesome, the up and coming D.C.G singing and rap group. What's good with
Hey,
y'all, y'all?
West Poppington.
We good. We good. We blessed to be here, man. It's just a
Yeah,
blessing, and we're privileged to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So,
absolutely.
so I'm gonna have y'all introduce yourselves, starting with the lovely lady.
All right. Thank you so much for having. I want to say that first. Thank you so much for having me here today. Hello, everyone. What's up? It's your girl Daylise. Well, it's actually Daylise Battleware, but I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. My name is Daylise. Um, I'm the singer in the group. I'm honored on what God is doing and the vision that is coming with. You know, we're coming with the heat, but no, for real, we're definitely we're coming with a more relatable sound and bringing that raw, that pain that it's going to be a lot of versatility. So, yeah, I'm just blessed and honored to be here and a part of the group. Shout out to Conscious. Shout out to G Man. I appreciate it. This is the fam. This is Gang Gang, and y'all just need to stay tuned. And you know, you're gonna learn more about all of us.
Okay, okay. Conscience, the fellow in the middle.
He must have froze up.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see something. Let me see something.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm.
There you go.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear
All
you.
right, I apologize. Yeah, I've been moving around, and I apologize, everyone. But let me just, properly introduce myself. It's your boy Matt Conscious. Press this on your conscious. And as I produce and just make conscious music, and I just want the people out there to hear, the different side of the aspect of hip hop. It's originally what it started from, and people voicing themselves and their opinions. So I just want to bring it back, and thanks to G Man on top of that for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, okay. So let me further introduce this man right here. He needs no introduction.
Woo, woo, woo,
This is
woo.
the beast, the legend, Mister G Man, the original hip hop.
Hey, what's good with you, man? It's just I'm so blessed to be here, and I'm thankful, and I'm so proud of Dailies and Conscious because it's amazing how I even ran into him. We was out on a family's weekend treat at a place, and the whole family went to Orlando, and they was literally freestyling. And me being who I am, I said I could do something with that. I want y'all to keep it just like that, rough, rugged, and raw. I don't want you to overwrite, overthink. Just get in the studio. Let's do that. So I had to leave town for about a week. I had some shows and stuff to do, and I came back. And immediately when I came back, I called them up and said we're going in the studio right in the next day or so. And they was okay. I set up the time. We got to the studio. And 3 hours later, we knocked the whole song out. The next day, which we knocked the song out on a Sunday evening, by Sunday morning, I was getting phone calls from different type of offers and different type of interviews that want to be done. And it only reached a few people, but it metamorphed from people to business and to connections. And now we doing our thing. I'm out now, out of town, and another state city in Florida, trying to solidify a tour and a festival tour deal, for the group. And the song only been out a week, today officially makes the song not even out, just been recorded in 1 week. You know what I mean? We haven't even released the song yet, and it's getting the reviews up like it is because we bringing consciousness back to the culture of hip hop, and we bring in truth, and we bring in authenticity back. Not saying that people ain't authentic in what they do, but when we first started, it was based on three principles: knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And it was fun in hip hop. You could dance, entertain yourself. All the people, the family can get out there and listen and hear good music. We got to put fun back in hip hop, consciousness back in hip hop culture, fun back in entertainment, and fun back in music. Because we know you can't tell us so many more ways how somebody can get hurt, or you can kill somebody, or you can get out here and do other things in the street that's shouldn't be popular but is popular. And the way the system is set up now, all that is starting to go to the wayside. So we are just blessed to be able to bring a resurgence of sound, which is the new topic of the entire movement, the resurgence of sound, that bringing back the live instruments, bringing back the live musicians, bringing back the consciousness, bringing back fun music that you can sit, listen, think, and ride around town to and enjoy it. So that's where we at right now, and that's D.C.G for you, which stands for Dailies, Conscious, and the original G-Man of hip hop, Matt Conscious to be exact.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm gonna go to Dailies. Dailies, what was the inspiration that brought you to want to sing?
Honestly, my inspiration to sing first and foremost is I love music. Like I'm passionate about. I love the see. It's one thing I actually enjoy listening to music. You know, people sing for different reasons. Some people say it's a hobby. Some say it's because I just like to perform or I want to entertain. That's why there's some people who actually are more performers than artistry or singers because they actually like the entertainment more than singing. But I actually enjoy music itself. I like to listen to other singers and this, that, and the third. But God is really my inspiration. I grew up in the church, and I sung in a choir in school. I sung in choir. I did show choir for 2 years, and I just always enjoyed the arts. And I another funny hobby I have. Well, it's not funny, but I don't think I show this interest or this side of me as much. I enjoy writing. I used to write poems and short little stories. Like I like making up characters and stuff like that. And when I was younger, that's how I would deal with, like, maybe I had a bad day or I got in trouble. So I'll just go to my room and I would write. So music has become a way that outlet for me. That's how I unleash what I'm feeling. And in my phone right now, I just keep my notes because I can just be walking down the street and I just may feel like I have something that I want to say. So I'll just write it down. And I also do it so I don't forget. So another great thing is I do appreciate G-Man showing the side of me. Like sometimes you could just flow and just let what comes out come out. And that's a powerful thing because being used to using that as an outlet or writing or getting my feelings out so I don't spaz out. So I just like, let me write about it. Let me write about how I feel or what I'm going through. Maybe someone else wants to hear it. And he showed me sometimes it's okay to just let it out, but flow. You don't always have to write it down. But yeah, God is definitely an inspiration of mine. He's the reason why I sing, like Kirk said it. He's the reason, because that's where I find joy at. That's where I find peace. And God that's every fruit of the spirit. Well, some of the fruits of the spirit. So I believe that's why that's my inspiration. If God didn't place this in my heart, I would not have it. Like I would not have it. And he also gave me the gift. And I also like to bless other people through songs. So that's why I get really emotional in it because it's a personable thing for me. It's not that I'm just doing it because I could sing or I'm capable of singing, but it's
Okay,
because I have something on the inside of me that I really want to express, and that's how I do it through song. And God, glory goes to God for that.
all righty, all righty, all righty. Okay, hold on. So, Mr. Matt Conscience, I see you
I
keep going.
truly apologize.
Nah,
I
you're
had
all
to
right, bro. You're all
leave
right.
where I was at to come to get good reception because at the apartment where I'm at, the reception was terrible. And I apologize to G and Delise. My apologies.
It's okay. It's
Good,
okay.
brother.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Matt,
Yes.
yo, what is your inspiration for doing the producing and rapping like you do? Where
Well,
did the inspiration come from?
okay. So basically, to answer that question, my inspiration, comes from the greats. Such as G-Man. Also one of the biggest greats we ever had. Not one, but two was Pac and Biggie. Like Pac gave me a lot of inspiration. Because Pac, he didn't have you just listen and bob your head and probably dance. Pop told you a story that was real and raw and authentic. So that inspired me the most, to do what I'm doing now. And just to add on to that, I've been doing this, since I was like 5 years old. I've been, modeling and acting, and I picked up, rap when I was about 17 in high school, and it's been going ever since.
Okay, okay. So Mr. G Man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's good?
you know how we roll. Tell us about that inspiration where you got it.
You know, I'm a old school triple OG. Hey, turn your mic down, Matt.
Okay, okay, okay.
I gotta tell him, well, I got to remind him, man. I'm glad I'm a developer. I know how to tell him, keep your sound right so we can hear you. Don't make me turn into Bernie Mac and come through this phone, boy. I want to tell you about that. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, bro. Don't play with me. But no, my inspiration come from the greats. As you see, like if I'm hosting a show or something, I do voices and I gotta be an entertainer, a MC and an entertainer, not just a rapper. Because when you limit yourself and label yourself as a rapper, you limit yourself and your talents, which may be your God-given talents. So my inspiration come from the greats. I mean, I draw energy from everybody from Michael Jackson, Smokey Robinson, Diana Ross, Sammy Davis Jr., uh, Fred Astaire, stuff like that. Those are greats on different levels. Because if you look at the real true blooded entertainer, he did it all. He did or she did it all. She did multiple things. He did multiple things. Act, dance, sing, be comics. They did all the aspects of entertaining, and some was very athletic in hindsight. So I draw on everybody that was great. You know what I mean? And I learned from everybody that was not good. You know what I mean? So I understood what not to do. So I went and got that bachelor's in psychology. I understood what not to say. So I went and got that doctorate in theology of music because I understood the minister of music for God was the devil. So I understand what these vibrations are doing to these kids and making them flip out or spaz out, as they at least may say. You know what I mean? I know what's making them spaz out, and it's these words, some of these this attitude that comes through in spirit's perspective through you on this music, and it invades your mindset. So to know these, I draw on the greats that develop human life to where it is.
Okay, okay. All right. Got me a little choked up over there. All right, all right, man. Let me
Hey,
see. Let
hey,
me
that's
see.
when you let the spirit lead you, like I was telling Daylise. You don't have to write down right then everything that you say, because once we record it, it's there forever, so you can learn it. But at least you are coming from the spirit within you, and it'll take you on different levels, other than trying to make yourself write concepts and ideas and things that may not even be of you or of the let's say the gods of the spirits of the entertainment or the music from the forefathers. You don't know what spirit you're putting out there. So when you
Right.
just let it freely come out and we capture it, we can always cut it down, chop it, and manipulate it as producers, if you will, or engineers, if you will, to make it be what you want it to be. But when you positive and you have that positive energy and you got positive people like Conscious, Daylise, and our team, when you got those type of people around you, then what you're gonna do and what you say and how you represent is very important, and you're gonna put your best foot forward.
Right, 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 right. So
Indeed.
when it comes to, being an entertainer, Dailies. Okay, I'm gonna go from Dailies to Conscious to G-Man. Cause I gotta have G-Man last. He the legend. So you know what I'm saying? He the legend. So you gotta
Yeah,
get him
with all
glad.
due
You know what
respect,
I mean? So
gotta respect the
Dailies.
legend.
Okay. So Dailies, do you have those times where you feel like a writer's block, like when you're singing, when you feel like you want to sing, but it's like it comes out, it don't come out right sometime,
You mean, well, you mean when I'm singing or when I'm writing?
like when you're writing most of the time.
Oh yes, absolutely. Sometimes there's so many thoughts in my head. I'm writing, and I'm like, I got so much to say, but I can't say nothing. I mean, like,
Mm-hmm,
how
mm-hmm.
does that happen? Like, what's going on? And
Uh-huh.
it's because it's like there's really sometimes a million thoughts going through your head. You're even overthinking what's going in your head to even write it down. It's like, if this ain't the, you know what I mean? And for a singer, it's crazy because it's like you'll be so emotional but can't even get it out. But when you do, it be deep because it's coming from a real place. It's like, yeah, it took all of that to even express that, but at the same time, I was overbearing, I guess, on what I was trying to say instead of just letting it flow. You know what I mean? It's like I was thinking that what I was thinking didn't make sense. Well, that's why you need to write it because somebody thinking that too. Somebody felt like that too. You know what I mean? I be trying to say, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. So it's that spiritual, that mind thing is serious. So I've definitely had
Right,
writer's block. I just felt like I'm vibing to the beat or the music several times and it'll just be like, I ain't got it. They'll be like, let it flow. What? Let what flow? Because it's like
right,
right now,
right,
all I know that I'm thinking is that I'm thinking, and then when I'm not thinking about anything, or it could be in my sleep, or I'm dreaming of something, so much will come to me. Something that I feel like, okay, I gotta put this down. I gotta go back and think about what I just was thinking about or what I was feeling, because it could be something. It could be something that occurred or something that somebody I felt did something
right,
to me,
right,
and I see it from a different view a couple days later. Like, let me think about. Hold up, or I should have said this, or I should have said that in this, or in this disagreement, or did they really mean this, or did they really mean
right,
that? So
right.
when you think about life, or especially when you're talking to God, you be like, God, what are you saying to me? I need to hear something. Sometimes what I feel. Not sometimes what he's speaking to me that I didn't know what I was feeling before. I might be going through something and I need that encouragement when he's speaking to me, I'll write it down so it can speak to somebody else. So it comes when it comes, like and and it's powerful because uh, well, I used to first beat myself up for it to where I wouldn't get nothing done because I feel like something's wrong because I need to deliver, but I have not figured it out yet. And I'm like, that's when I had to learn everything is on his timing, on God's divine timing, on his perfect timing. Um, that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'd be like, okay, let me just get it out. But yeah,
Right.
it flows to me when I'm sometimes not even expecting it. And there's other times where I do write, and I do a lot of jangles. Like I could be walking around the house and I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down. Like it'll be a little jangle that come to me, and I'm like, but I don't know what it's gonna be to. I don't even know if it's gonna be a song yet, but I'm gonna put it together because how that.
Yes.
So it's a
Sometimes,
process.
as a creator myself, sometimes this is what you could do is like when you have writer's block, do something like this, like say it in your mind, and then keep saying it in your mind, and it'll come right back up
Yeah.
immediately. You know what I'm saying? Keep on doing that because that's how it all comes up. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I get rid of writer's block. So conscious, Matt Conscious, my man.
Yes, sir.
What's you know what I'm saying? The same question for you. What's up? What's up? Talk to me, brother.
I'm here. Listen, I'm all ears to you. You got my undivided both ears attentive to you.
All right. Let me ask the question correctly. Then let me ask the
Yes,
question
sir.
correctly. Do you ever have the writer's block when you're writing? Sometimes.
To answer, yes, definitely. And I'm glad you asked that question. Because we all as creators within our, our ability and within ourselves, we face challenges. And believe it or not, I'm good with concepts, and I can come up with a concept. And when I come up with that concept, when it's time to sit down and write and elaborate on it, I'll get a block. And this is like at least 3 out of 6 or 7 times. And it's strange because like you come up with the concept and then it's time to elaborate on it, and then there's a block. I'm a very spiritual person, so I see everything in the spirit realm before I take it into the physical. So I say that to say this: when I get a block, I'm like, all right, is that negative entity,
Mm.
or is it just me? And I
Oh.
question before I even elaborate, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
I gotta dig deep. It's like there's no way I can come up with this, but when it's time to work, there's a blockage, and I question where the blockage is coming from, because you know what I'm saying, like that energy can know that it's not even necessarily about it being a hit, a smash, or a banger. You can just be
Right.
pouring out to somebody that might be committing, I mean not committing, but thinking about contemplating suicide. And that's that
Mm-hmm.
one person you can reach
Mm-hmm.
out of
Right.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the enemy may see like that's a life that it's already taunting, and you able to get to them, you know. So I
Right.
question everything with it. Even I'm a very biblical person. And I do have respect to the Quran because I have read a little of the Quran, but I stand on the foundation of the Bible, and it's like it says even in the scripture, question things, you know. So it's like I do get writer's block, and I just take it from the higher level and bring it down to myself.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Legend over here, Mr. Legend, I see you was, going, just itching to get on the mic. All right. So let me ask you a deeper question. Let me ask you a deeper question. Do you get writer's block when you're on stage? Not when you're on stage. I know that was on stage, but do you get writer's block when you're writing a big hit? Like it's a big hit, but do you like when you're in the middle of it? Do you be like, and you forget the words and be like, damn, and it takes a little while to come back?
You know, I don't know what the writer's block is. I understand what the metaphor stands for. Conscious, turn your mic down.
Is it down? It's down.
Somebody's
It's
mic
down.
was real loud. I gotta always go to you because it usually be yours because you got that that rich people mic in your ear. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
come on.
But
All
but
right. I got you.
but like the writer's block. See, like me, I can explain to you how as a artist developer, I eliminate people that say they have writer's block by my own testimony. So you'll see what understand exactly what I mean by what I say. Uh, I wrote some of the stuff I'm releasing now. I wrote over 30 years ago. I don't do like I ain't gonna say garbage records, but I don't do stuff that has no purpose or no meaning behind it. So I don't. So I'm not wasting the energy on my lyrics. Like the theology, the doctorate in theology of music it shows you what you should be doing from a standpoint of I know what entity is speaking to me. Is this positive energy or negative energy? Because the negative energy is the one that's going to tell you go and smack that big dude over there that'll probably push you down in the earth. You know what I mean? And the positive energy will tell you now I'm gonna sit right here and I'm not gonna write down, but I'm gonna write in my mind that way so that it stays permanent. I embed what I wrote in my mind because it's my mind. I should have that type of control so that I don't have to write it down on paper. You know what I mean? Because you put down something, you can lose it far as people taking it from you, or you can put it down and put it out in the atmosphere and the enemy block you, become a blocker. So you write it in your mind, so and then everything happens in his time. It's gonna come out when it's supposed to come out if you are listening to the right voices that's talking to you, far as the vibe that you're getting, because you get a vibe of something and a feeling for something. That's something speaking to your spirit or to your soul. So you have to understand the knowledge, the wisdom, understanding metaphors or methods behind what your next move is going to be with each rhyme. Am I going to say this because it's going to have this type of impact? Understanding what I'm saying before I say it, and before I take what I wrote down on a piece of paper that now, mind you, when some people write write their lyrics down, they're forcing it, they're reaching and they're grabbing, sort of like the God says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." He who allow the Spirit to lead him and God to order his footsteps can never write the wrong thing.
Right.
You see what I'm
Amen.
saying? From a consciousness perspective.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't get writer's block. The answer straight up is no, because I don't know what I'm going to write before I write it. So if I let the spirit lead me, how could it be a block? The spirit ain't a block.
Right. Right.
It's a
Right.
leader. It's going to lead me to write. So I'm going to take like a artist like Daylise, who has this beautiful, beautiful angelic voice, but it's powerful and dynamic and sounds better than a lot of artists that I've heard. And some that are out here right now. No disrespect to none of them. She sounds that good. So it didn't make sense for her to write a whole bunch of bars and verses when she already got some stuff that's already written that she just needed to put to some tracks and sharpen up. But why write that down? Let these people hear that you can compete with them. With the less you say perspective means more sometimes and does more. So you can just do some runs and talk about something spirit from your soul and take them where they need to go on that lyrical journey and give them a lyrical gasm. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A vocal gasm.
Right. Right.
And that's
I
what
feel
she did. She when they hear her, they get everybody that heard her sing, especially on this track too, get goosebumps and say they couldn't get back to me till they listened to it about 3 or 4 times because they like it that much.
see what I told you. See, told you.
Wow.
I told you. Also, okay. Let me ask you another question. Another question. See, y'all got me asking the deep questions. I gotta ask the deep questions, and I gotta ask them. All right. You know what I mean? All right. So, from every, do y'all have bad days when y'all are singing? Do y'all just when do y'all get emotional when you're singing? Like, do you just start bawling, crying, and you start reminiscing of all the shit that you've been through when you're singing? When you're singing, Delete, I told you, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you here.
Yes. Oh yes, I do that a lot. I do that more when I'm singing about. I probably do that more, probably 50% of the time. I just start bawling out when I sing. I'm trying not to do that so much because every audience don't appreciate that boo hoo hoo. But I believe that in church you're supposed to just let whatever flow. If I hold back, I, that means I'm being technical, and that's not allowing the spirit to lead. That doesn't mean I don't have to work on or perfect, the craft, because God wants us to do
Right,
things He's setting on order. So there's definitely be things to work on, but I've really learned to just let go, because if I put my hands on it, then so I just be like. But when I'm singing and I'm having maybe a bad day, a good day, whatever. It could be a completely normal morning, and I'll put something on, or it'll just be that one lyric or something I'm singing and it ministers to me. I definitely would get to crying. It depends on how I feel and what vibe I'm in, because if I'm in that vibe where we're rocking, I could be on a different type of high. It's like I'm excited and make me happy. So, and then there's sad song. When I'm sad, I'm more than likely gonna cry. If I put on some Leandria or I put on some Tim Mac, if it's just something that hit it right then, or ministers to my spirit, I definitely would get very emotional. And as I'm singing, I do this not just in my private, when I will lead praise and worship. There's multiple times that at the beginning of the song, I have so much joy and happiness, and then at that point when I started crying, it ain't about what note it is. It's not about perfection. It ain't about me. I don't need y'all to see me. I don't need y'all to think that I'm doing I'm not entertaining through lyrics. You want to sound good, but I'm just saying I let it out. And normally I would allow who's ever backing me up, or whoever the background vocals or the the rest of the team, I'll just let them do what they got to do so I can get that moment. So I have a way of trying to plan it off. I'll take that as a personal worship moment. And if I'm like not in a church setting and I'm at like, a venue, I would
Mm-hmm.
probably do the same thing. I would have my strong background. And if not, that's the point where I just start talking at that point. I just start ministering, speaking and sharing with the people who's tuning in or with the people who's actually, who's in worship with me or who's relating to the song or feeling my vibe, feeling the energy. I would give them just a little bit of what's going on inside. Like, I'll say something like, I remember this time where I almost didn't feel like I was going to make it. So I'll use that cry or that emotion while I'm singing. I won't just be sitting there looking crazy like, boo,
Mm-hmm.
I'll at that point, I'll begin to speak. I'll begin to be like, y'all, I'm sorry. But I remember this time where I was broken and I didn't know how the bills was going to get paid. I'll share with the audience what's coming and I'm expressing. And then I'll clean
Mm-hmm.
that thing up and get right back to the song. You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
I definitely have days where whether it's good, but it's always a blessed day because you know that God's gonna work it out in your favor. But when I'm having a hard day or emotional day or sad day or I just had a disagreement, definitely put on some music or I'll definitely sing. Just the other night, I just would go to the piano and I don't even know how to play, but I be trying whatever I hear. I'll just start singing a song, and this was last night. I just start crying
Okay.
just
Okay.
last
See.
night, just stuff would come to me, and I'll just start singing little things that is in my head, and it'll make me cry because I'm like, God, you put that song in my heart at the right time because I needed that.
Let it out, girl. Let it out.
Yes.
Hey, you got to do it. I'm gonna let y'all know something here. See, before I did this show, I was having a lot of bad days. You feel what I'm saying? But now that I do this show, I'm real closer to God now. So,
Wow.
and the spirit drops on me every time. Every time I'm doing the show, he drops on me. Every time the spirit just hit me. And when it hit me, I'm tend to ask the questions correctly and clearly. And that's how you may see me with my energy so high, so animated because my spirit, like when the spirit hit me, it's like boom. It's like a punch of the spirit, like boom.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And my spirit is crying in the inside, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Most of the time when the spirit and see me, I can sing too, but I sing by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that, you know what I mean? I can't do that. You know what I mean? But
That's
me,
all
I
right.
just sing for God myself. You know what I mean? But sorry about that. You know what I mean? I don't want to get all up in on me. You know what I mean? So
No,
I'm
that's all right.
a,
It
don't
don't
worry about
have.
me. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'll hit you off with that later on. Later on. So Mr. Back Conscious, my man. Do
Yeah.
you do when the spirit hits you? Do you start crying when you're producing and when you singing a rap song, a song that and like do you start like feeling the vibes when you start to feel those emotional vibes? You know what I'm saying? When the spirit hits you, and I know it hits you. You know what I'm saying? And like you start to reminisce about your childhood, about the things that happened to you back in the day. You know what I mean? And that brought you here to in front of God and to bring you here to being a man that you are.
I'm glad. I really like this question because it's it it fits because the
Okay.
track that we just did,
Uh
and
huh.
that we're putting out. When I wrote wrote those lyrics, I kid you not, big man, and I thank you for asking this. I literally was crying as I was writing it, and the spirit was just flowing through my hand and my pen,
Hmm.
literally, just flowing. And I have a friend that I grew up with, not to go on tangent, but
No, no.
it's in reference to what I'm saying. He told me, he said, like, there's a higher power in his words when he paints, because he's an artist and he paints, that just flows through him. and it just takes control. And I was like, dang, like I never experienced that. So God let me know. He said, all right, I'm gonna have you experience that. And when I wrote the lyrics to this song, literally, like I was crying, and as I was crying, it was just coming out, and I was just writing it. So the spirit was just flowing,
Uh-huh.
and I've never experienced that with any other song besides the one that I wrote with this one.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm.
So I'm coming to you now, legend. Come on now, I need you to come with that fire. Come on now. So I gotta hit you with a deeper question. You know what I mean? So, my brother, when you're writing those
Uh-huh.
hits, man, when you was back in the day when you was writing those hits, were you feeling that those vibes of when you went through
Well,
the
let me
tracks
answer
and
it like
songs?
I answer it like this. Hell no, I didn't do no damn crime. Sit your punk ass down some damn way talking about crying after writing some lyrics. Hell no. What the hell? Crying. Nah, but on you do have those moments where you can get emotional about stuff. And like an artist like Daylise, she can sing her gospel and she can go to out here in the circular world and snatch those spirits up and bring them back to the house of God, to the kingdom, so they can have their own healing there. You can't have healing while you only in one area of the God-given gift that you have. You have to take that gift and show his glory by spreading it outside in the world and bring it to the kingdom. We don't have to be in the world, but we don't have to be of the world, but we live in the world. You know what I mean? So we are of God per se. I said it a little switch there, but we are of God, and we don't have to be of the world. So she can take her gospel because some artists they question themselves: should I do circular music or should I do my spiritual or my gospel music? You can take your spirituality out to the world and bring some of them souls back to the house of the Lord so they can get cleansed, so they can get baptized, so they can live a better life. Or you can just take what the talent you got and just be all about prosperity, making money. It could be all about the negative things, the thugism, drugism, sex, and violence. It could be all about them things. But you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? You can take your music and display it so that people can understand exactly what the message is and the plan is for their lives by listening to your testimonies and listening to the lyrics that you write, the vibrations that you give, that you use, and the energy that you give off. You know what I mean? These are the things that you have to know these things when you're writing songs or when you're creating music or creating a masterpiece or a work of art, if you will. You know what I mean? It's okay to be spiritual, and it's okay to not talk about negative stuff and talk about hurting people and doing what the street is about. Because street will always be there, with or without you. A million years from now, we'll all be gone, but that street will still be there. It may be covered up, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand these things and think about it. As an artist, you are given a task to allow people to step out of their no their reality into your reality, and your reality can be positive or negative. If you got kids, what reality would you want people to step in and step out in front of your kids or and have your kids step into? If you got a grandparents and a mother and a father, what energy do you want to come off the music to influence them on their next move, which should be their best move?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
So the answer is
Daily.
no. I ain't crying because I wrote some lyrics. I ain't got nothing to cry for. I was crying
Okay.
before I wrote the lyrics because I was lost.
Right. 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 True that. True that. True that. I had to get that energy. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit you with that deep question. You know what I'm saying? Because you original. You know what I'm saying? You legend. So I gotta keep it right there. You know what I mean? So
And let me tell you something. I got another vision that came to me. Listen to this. I vision producing and co-producing a song with Conscious, Nas, Common, KRS-One, and Method Man.
that's a good one.
That's,
That's a
yeah,
great
it's
one.
Man,
big.
that's crazy. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's some next universe stuff.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So like, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Daily. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see. I want to see. So, how many years have you been singing like the angels in the heavens? How many years have you been doing?
Oh, singing.
Yeah, yeah, singing.
I was singing all my life, and I think to be exact, my mom said they. Well, let's put it like this: my mom put me in the church choir at 5,
Hmm.
and I probably did my first lead song around that time. That's crazy. I remember that. Even though I'm a child, I remember that song that I led when I was 6 years old. But yeah, I've been doing it a lot of years, so all my life, like
Okay, okay. So, Mr.
definitely
Matt Conscious, brother. Sorry about that. You got any? Hey, at least you got any more? I don't want to.
oh,
I don't
you
want to
no,
cut.
you good because I will keep talking. Just let no,
Somebody
let it flow
mic,
with the flow.
somebody mic, somebody mic, somebody mic, somebody mic.
Hold on, let me see if it's mine. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. It ain't mine.
It ain't
Okay,
mine.
you see if it's my.
Let me check mine. I got the volume really low.
It's probably because earbuds.
No, it's better
Somebody got
now.
earbuds. Okay, okay. So okay,
Yeah,
Mr. Mac,
somebody with
Miss.
the air.
So Mr. Mac Conscience, Mr. Mac Conscience, man. So when you when you have ideas in your mind, do you feel like you have to write them down most of the time, or do you just keep them in the mind and let more ideas build up on it and build up on it? Do you keep them, what I'm saying, bottled up and just come out with one big idea, or do you just push it all out?
Oh, okay, it was muted, but yeah, yeah. As my mother would say, tell the truth and shame the devil. I write everything down because
Uh huh.
I have to like. I'm a nerd, like literally. We
Me
have a
too.
saying like, "You are."
Yeah, I do comic books. I'm a comic book artist and writer. So
Oh
yeah,
man, so what about anime?
yeah, I do all that.
You ever watch? I don't know. I don't mean to go off on a tangent. You ever watch this?
Not good.
It was like a hidden gem. It's called Gantz.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. I like that. I like that because I look at all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually, you know
Yeah,
what? Actually, you know what? I actually have a actually I wanna introduce you to a couple of people of mine. You know what I'm saying? If you're into comics and all that stuff, I want to introduce you to the comic book world. Since you're a nerd, you know.
yeah, and it's not just and on top of that, to add the icing on the cake, like you can be a nerd, but it's no buts. You growing up in the hood, you can be cool. They'll just call you gangster nerd. I don't know if you ever heard that one before.
Yeah, I can call that all the time.
Yeah, gangster nerd is like, yeah, because I think when I was coming on, it was transitioning. Was smart was becoming to be cool, and
Uh
it transitioned, and it was like, yeah, you cool and all, but you like I never forget. I was playing football, and this dude was asking about one of my classes, and I had like a advanced placement class, And he was like, "Oh, you're a smart dude, huh?" And I was just like, "Wow," and it really baffles him. And I just took it and ran it. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with being intelligent. Like, when did that become a bad thing? They say the intelligent people you end up working for.
Right, right.
So but basically, yeah, like I write everything down. Like, whenever an idea or concept comes to me, I have to write it down. Like, I was just literally, as G was talking, I came up with 2 bars. And I'm looking in the car, I'm looking for a pen, because G was like, "Yo, let me give," he was like, "You gotta bring them into your reality." And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, "Damn, that's hard." So I'm like, "Yo, that's 2 bars." I'm like, "All right, let me give you my reality. Let me give you my reality and paint you this picture." You know what I'm saying? And it's
Right,
like
right,
it
right.
just came to me naturally, and I'm looking to write it down. But that's just me paraphrasing it. But I have to write it down. Otherwise, when it comes, like it has to get written down.
Right. I'm pause on that one. Well, when it comes to doing the comic books for me, when
Yeah.
I'm writing, what I do is I basically like this. Everything I hear, if I'm around family, I'm listening. Not for to be, hearing the conversation. I'm listening to hear words for ideas. You know what I mean? And like, for example, if you hear like a amazing word, a name or something like that, like Jarhead. I got that from watching the movie Jarhead. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Military movie.
Yeah, yeah. I got that name from mentioning Jarhead, and I added my life story onto it, and what I learned from my dad, and I added that onto it. And that's how I brought up the story Jarhead. But enough about me. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on to y'all, because it's all about y'all
Man,
today.
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen.
So
It's interesting because it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected. Like, we just had a tangent on talking about comic books and anime, but in our culture, that's not the norm or the regular. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
right,
it's like,
right.
this is building for us. Like, we have to build our community, because you know what I'm saying? Your story can be my story, just like we agreed on comic books. And I have like some old comic books in my house, and you know what I'm saying? I was collecting them. And I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, man, that's how you know I'm a real nerd. I collected Pokemons.
Me too. Me too.
I remember that.
Yu-Gi-Ohs and shit.
I have literally like Charizard and Blastoise and Charmander and all that. You know what I'm
Pika
saying? The
pika.
Venusaur, like, I have those. I have the book with almost all 151 Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So it's
you
like,
know, and then, I have an idea. Say like y'all come out with your first, or video for a single come out, right? You could put it
uh-huh.
in the comic book format, right, and build a world around it. So that way, like whatever words you're saying, have like characters of y'all, have them rapping and singing as y'all are talking, and y'all be the voiceovers of it. Dang,
Well, but look at it. Look at it.
Very.
That's, great minds think alike.
yeah, because it's like this, and I'm an idea magnet. You know what I'm saying? I can think of anything simple. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. It's like just come up with something, and you got to be very very versatile. You know what I'm saying? Very very versatile. But along with the question, I got a question for you, Mr. Legend over there. Looking like the legendary. You know what I mean? So I got something. I got something for you. I got something for you. So being around, being on stage, right? Have you ever felt like, you was on top of the world? You just felt just the world was yours, man. They doing everything I got. They doing everything I want them to do. Let me, say, let me take it up a notch, another notch.
No, because I already
Hold on.
Yeah, I think he can experience what I was experiencing.
I'm trying. I'm waiting for the thing to come back. You know what I
Boy,
mean?
meek, with what God has blessed you with. So nah, I don't get like that, and I'm not trying to be holier than thou or better than nobody. But
Right, 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 right. Just give it time. Just give it time. You know how this connection is. You know what I mean? Connection is
yeah, it
connection.
was
You
breaking
know.
up. It was breaking up there.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes
Yeah, it was
you
breaking
know
up.
we all
It
have.
was breaking up right there. But no, I don't get cocky. I stay meek.
Okay, okay, okay.
I stay meek. And sorry about the breakup. Couldn't hear nothing, so I just kept coming in with what I was saying. I don't get cocky. I don't never disrespect that crowd because it's their show. So now I don't get that like that. And if I did feel some type of way, I wait till I get at home and I thank and I praise for him for doing that. On a personal level. When I'm with the crowd, yeah, I let him know right there because I don't want no problems.
Okay, okay. Nah, okay. Let me see. Another question. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a question on tap. Y'all ready? Y'all full? Y'all full or y'all still hungry?
Man, listen, I feel like Zeke. I don't know if you watch football, big dog,
Period.
but
Oh yeah,
Zeke
I'm a
got
Dallas
We
Cowboy. I'm
sports.
a
eating.
cowboy.
Period.
I'm a
Period.
cowboy,
You
baby.
said Zeke, right?
Yes,
How about
yes.
them boys?
I'm a cowboy all day,
Yeah,
baby.
keep
But
feeding
Yes,
it.
yeah,
Keep feeding it.
period.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
got a
know?
night. I got a night. I got something. I got something. Um, I got questions for you. I got questions for you, Denise. Because Mr. Legend over there, he's out right now. You want to let me going to come back, you know what I'm saying? But they leave. So when it comes to, do you ever get nervous sometimes?
Um, I do, but I don't know if it's nervous or just butterflies. I'm just making sure everything goes in as I wouldn't say as planned, but
Mm-hmm.
more so everything just goes well. I don't want to get
Mm-hmm.
too technical because it depends. Like I said, my background maybe it makes it maybe it may make my experience a little different because when you lead praise and worship and then you're going to you're like going into a direction where now it's going to cause you to be more diverse and be able to really in, what should I say entertain, but actually engage your audience. See, when you're,
Mm-hmm.
I was used to knowing that it ain't supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to, if God, His spirit is supposed to be in this room. That's the goal. God, please, and I would pray, and I always say, Lord, just let Your will be done, not how I wanted to go, not not about the perfection. Because once I get into that mindset, I'm making it about me now. It's not about the
Right,
message.
right.
I want them to. I don't. I'm not there for people to worship me, but I do sometimes get butterflies just saying, okay, I want to make sure I don't. It goes well on my end. I deliver, but yeah. But other than that, I feel comfortable. Besides the butterflies, I think a lot of people get those. That's gonna come with it. I don't get nervous singing in front of people at all. I've always I've always been that type of friend. Like how I sing is how my personality is. I'm one of those people. You meet me, I'm going to be talking to somebody I might not even know them, and I'll hold a whole conversation. Meaning, like I'm outgoing. I'm not afraid to speak to people, um, even if somebody I don't know. Like when I travel,
Right,
I go
right.
places and stuff like that. I just you would think I know somebody every day. I'm very outgoing in those areas. So I'm not really shy. The only thing is it sometimes have taken me a while to come out my shit, if that makes sense. Like, um, once I get to that place where I feel like I'm comfortable in that space, then I just take off. But again, it depends on the vibes because automatically, if I'm in, like a church setting, I'm not too focused on what people think. I'm more focused on what is being delivered. But Now it'd be more so, just butterflies. I wouldn't say nervous. Like I said,
Right,
I'm comfortable in that, and I know
right,
that
right,
everything's not. When God gives you something, what you may look at it as not perfect. Somebody else may see like, hey, I don't know what you heard, but I needed that. So I don't really get
right, right,
nervous. I wouldn't say nervous. Maybe the little butterflies like, okay, here we go. I'm excited. Woo. That
right,
that would be it. Yeah.
right. So, Mr. Matt Conscience,
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? I got a good question for you, my man.
I'm here.
So when you producing and and writing and rapping, man, do you feel like, like do you feel like this gift, like I have to I have to put my best foot forward with it, you know what I'm saying? Do you get happy doing it? Do you get that sense of peace when you writing and producing and rapping and do you get that rush that oh my goodness, I love doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It just you know what I mean?
Okay, yes. So entertaining, like performing, that's the drug. That's the I don't want to I hate to really use this type of example, but that's the crack for me. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah,
you
bro.
chasing it. You just keep chasing it. And then when it comes to creating, that's my happy place.
Right, right, right. Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay,
my happy place. And
okay.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like those are the things that I literally I put that forth like I put it before a lot of things, man, almost everything. Like I put my craft, my passion before just about everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just man, I love the questions you hit me with, man.
Well, I'm a great interviewer. I told you I'm the best that ever do this shit, man. I told you, man.
Yeah,
I'm in a
man.
good hand, baby.
We
So,
need I, we
go
the
ahead, bro.
Ellen on her last season. We need to get you in there.
Well,
Yeah, Ellen on her
hey,
last season, man.
things that happen, you know what I'm saying? Give me a call because I'm always ready, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
man.
uh, you know, um, so Mr. Legend over there, you know what I mean? I got a question for you, big bro. You know, when you, man, because I seen you rap, bro. I seen you on stage, and I was like, man, like, that's like me coming on. That's like me coming on camera. I'm like, God, dog, this. I'm in my element. I'm like, I'm the king of the castle over this motherfucker. Like, damn, like I could just run through a wall over here right now. You know what I'm saying? Not that's the type of thing. Yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm doing my comics and when I'm, you know, listening to y'all, and when I'm, on the show, man, I'm telling y'all, it's something else. God just, I'm telling you, God just throw a wrench up in it. Nah, you gonna do this show today. We're gonna be animated. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. But when I watch you on stage, a big bro, I sure you not. I see myself, man, and like I'm like, what do you do, man? What when you on stage, like, do you feel like do you hear the crowd screaming, you know what I mean? Do you like what do you feel?
It's crazy. It's a really unexplained feeling to see the love. It's the energy that you put off, you can receive back, especially when it's positive. It's nothing better than to see people appreciate what you're doing. If you can leave them for a few minutes of what they're going through in their personal life at home, and you can just allow them to have natural fun, laugh and dance and can be around everybody and enjoy themselves and be themselves, That's the gift in it all, man. It's not a better feeling than to have that. Just like I mentioned the other day, I was at a show and and this was like last week or something. And this lady rushed the stage with something in her hand, and the first thing came to my mind was, "Oh Lord, not a Chris Rock, Will Smith thing." So, because now me being a trained bodyguard, which I did for almost 30 years, prior to while still doing my entertainment thing, wearing those many hats. So lady rushed the stage, and I had a split second to think about it. Am I there to protect myself right now? And should I flip and just be on the defense, or should I let God that dwells inside me handle this situation? So I remember real quick that God said the battle is mine. It's not yours. So okay, then I'm gonna go out and trust this in faith. The lady came up and handed me a dozen red long stem roses, and she had something in her other hand, which was a phone, and on that phone was her husband, who had just woke up from a coma that he was in for months. But through every day through his coma, she was playing some of my old music, some of my old stuff, and he's holding his fist in the air with a trachea in his throat, with a tube still in his throat, and he's just pumping his fist at me because he's listening to my old stuff that I've done, and watching some of my little videos they played for him with me performing, and she's on stage crying, so the whole front row is crying. The people on the stage is crying next to me that came out probably to protect what was going on, the event or whatever, everybody is choked up and crying. I'm looking at everybody because I'm like, wow, what kind of impact have I made on certain people throughout the history of hip hop?
Yeah.
And LL said it best. He asked at the time my stepson, "Do you know who your dad is?" And my stepson said, "Why is LL like bowing like to me, like giving me my props basically?" And he said, LL said, "Do you know who your dad is?" Of course my stepson said, "Yeah, he's dad." He said, "No. If it wasn't for your son, for your dad, none of us would be here. None of us would be here. Everybody in hip hop ought to write him a check." And that he said that at Jazz at the Garden a couple years ago, and that sticks in my mind because a lot of people have said similar things to me, like Shirley Caesar, Barry White, Michael Jackson. They all said verbatim in different times and places, "G man, they don't see you coming." And Shirley Caesar said, "The spirit is all over you, and just give it to them in hip hop because they don't see you coming." And I waited all these years for my chance solely to shine. Here I am 56, and I'm still doing songs, developing artists. A movie came out this week on Tuesday, Mad as Hell. I'm starring in that. Getting ready to do the El Chapo movie with me, Johnny Depp, Ice-T, and
Yeah.
Jesse the Body Ventura. God is good. So that opens the
Yeah.
door for Daylise. That opens the door for conscious, even brothers like you, to have an opportunity to get in and do something bigger than themselves.
Right. I gotta. It makes me happy. To somebody was telling me, like you like Montel. I'm like, damn, you like Montel up there. And I'm like, man, stop it. I look like my damn self. You know what I mean? But nah, though. But nah, I try to, bring a certain flavor to the show because I know the world needs it. You know what I mean? And allowing you guys to come on here and just brace this thing with y'all gifts and y'all talents and tell me up all the shit, man. Fuck it. Let's celebrate the motherfucking shit. Let's open up the champagne already. You know what I mean? Give y'all a round of applause, man. Like to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Um I want to do something, right? For my first launch party, when I, do my comic book and when I bring my comic book out, you know what I mean? When I bring my show out, I want to launch the book and the show and I really want to launch this thing, but I want to have a launch party, a big launch party, and I want y'all to come and perform for me.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
You know
what's
what I
absolutely.
up,
mean?
man.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
We
that's
we
a
You know,
blessing,
we can
man.
talk about it. We can talk about it. It depends on what your budget is. If you
I
got a
got you.
budget, we gonna be there.
I got you. You know what I mean?
We out here to head now. But it'll be a pleasure, man, for us to come. We can talk about that and set it up. You know what I mean? And make it happen.
Yeah. Cause I got a feeling something big is about to happen for this show, man, and you know that's why I said I'm about to hit 100 episodes soon. I should be there before the year's up. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank y'all for just being here. You know what I mean?
Thanks for
And
having us.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you
you
for
know,
Period.
giving us the opportunity.
hey, it's all love, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all here with the best. I told y'all in good hands. And G-Man, G-Man, come on now. Look what I did with your interview, man. I knocked that out the park with you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
to.
Great interview. Great
You
interview.
know,
Great
you know what I
interview.
mean? I would see or off air. I gotta talk to y'all about something. I gotta ask you a question, G-Man. But let me take y'all out first before I do this. So y'all got any last words, any promotions y'all want to promote before we end the show?
At this time, for me, since this was the order we've been going and I've been going first, um,
Go ahead.
no, I just want everybody to stay tuned. Follow me on my YouTube is Daily's Battle. My Instagram is Lila Day underscore Lila Day. I'm going to be updating that. But you may can type in Daily's Battle, but my Facebook is Daily's Battle. Where follow us, stay tuned. D.C.G. Period. Um, and that's it. Stay tuned. There's so much more to see. I just don't want to drop the bomb too soon. Like, I need people to stay tuned. Like, this is too big to put it in a little segment. Y'all gotta keep following us. Thank you again for the opportunity for this platform for what you're doing in the industry. Um, keep doing your thing. I will be showing that, spreading that, type of support back as well to the channel and
Always.
to the show. I'm just honored to be here. And I'm looking forward to, when we come back to
Awesome.
talk about the next heat that's about to drop. Come on now. That's why I said we didn't give you everything. This ain't where it starts. This is only the beginning, period.
You
DCG,
know,
gang, gang.
I make you a promise. I make you a promise. And I'm gonna make you a deal. Every time y'all come out with a single, y'all bring it here. Anytime.
Period.
All
Period.
right. Mr.
All
Bad
right.
Conscious, got anything? Got anything?
I just want to say thank you so much for giving us, your platform and allowing us to, you know, share ourselves, you know, on your platform and give us the opportunity to just let people hear and see where we how we are, not as just as artists but as people. And I thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I we connected, just as you connected with G and Delis, but we all connected, and I
Yes.
thank you for
Family.
Hey,
being there.
always. Always. I always got y'all back, man. You know it. Always. Now to now
Yeah.
to now to my
And I
big
thank you
brother
for the
over here.
questions too.
Hey, I got more questions for you after the show. Yeah, yeah, you better be ready for 'em.
Yeah.
So big bro. So what's up? What's up? You got any more promotions for us? Come on with it.
Yo, well, we got some things that's coming down the pipe. We want to work this first single, get it together. We want to work that first before we do anything else. Let's let all the people get a chance to listen and chime in on the new song. That's very important that we spread it and let people hear it so that it can do what it's supposed to do, so people can enjoy the new resurgence of sound a project.
Oh yeah, G. I got a couple of artists, man, that could really use your help, man.
Hey, you got my connection. Everybody can Google me at the original G Man of hip hop. Those that's hearing my voices, you can always contact the show, and they'll get in touch with me for artist development. And we develop artists, we develop managers, we develop labels, and we get you going the right way. And you don't have to worry about somebody stealing all your rights, your credits, your publishing, your intellectual works, if you will. So that's just it. Google me at the original G Man of hip hop, and everything is there. You can see me from my cooking show as a chef, from bodyguarding to developing artists to doing live performances, celebrity pop up chef and performances. Just some of the things that I do. And there's TV shows coming that's coming down the pipe that I'm writing, a sitcom that I'm writing. A movie that I'm writing called Generational Curse, and so it's a lot that's getting ready to happen for us.
Okay. Well, y'all heard him.
Definitely, you definitely said one thing at a time, and he dropped that bomb real quick and just. Man, don't make that sound small. That's a lot of big things coming, man. And
Y'all
what I
heard
mean, I'm gonna just focus on one thing at a time. Well, here's the track sheet. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. And
Yeah,
it's
hey, I
crazy
did
because I
say
don't
I
know
did
if
say
the viewers
focus on
heard.
one
We
thing.
all got act. See, when you talk about triple threats, I'm telling y'all, we humbly say that to God be the glory. But we just said stay tuned because we there's a legacy being built here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
about we about to make history, and we saying stay tuned humbly, meaning that we just got so much to give. Like what I'm saying. I did watch, and again, real quick before we move on from the promotions, shout out to you for the Mad as Hell. I did get a chance. See, we support. This is a family, okay? We ain't spitting no fake with y'all. This is real. This is family. We support one another. And I watched it. It's definitely dope. My husband's favorite part was the fighting scene, of course. And he was like, did he just? I was like, he just did it. And I got a background of acting as well, so we got so many collabs that's gonna be coming up. Like y'all getting with the right one, and G Man, he definitely doing something big in the industry, and we appreciate that.
Awesome. Yo, thank y'all for watching. It's been a blast, and y'all with the best that has done is y'all with the legend, the singing angel, the Mac from way
The
back,
conscious one.
the conscious one. So thank y'all for watching, and we out. Peace. And this is the In Your Face show, and we out. Peace.
All right, thank you guys.